Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And we are underway from the Superdome. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a run. Here's the rookie from USC. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Their first play from scrimmage is a pickup of 13. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense. A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for a Giant TD. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Giants will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Slot man moves right. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. A quick throw, but incomplete. You talk about this Giant defense. They were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
Now a 2nd and 10. This is Neal. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. Now 3rd down and 7. He'll look to throw. And it is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And pick up a 24 on the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
This is Fant on the short completion. The Saints have 14-2 heading into this final week. They were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
Now a 2nd and 2. They run with Neal. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. They'll run it with Neal. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Steps away to his left. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. This is Neal. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right.
Touchdown, Giants! A big play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And really, it's worth talking a little more about the stakes of this game. Currently, these are the top two seeds in the NFC. I think they're the two best teams. Would you agree?
I think you can definitely make the case that they are, and I like where you're going with that. I do know that we've seen a couple of other teams along the way that would say, hey, don't forget about us. But your premise, I think, could be spot on. These could easily be the top two teams in the NFC.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Forced out to it, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
So a nice bounce back there defensively after giving up the big play.
Yeah, you can either get down on yourself or you can get motivated. And that time, they dropped him for a loss. So I would say that they got motivated and made the play.
Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Saints have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. They're going to look to throw. That's caught downfield by Neighbors. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. And now here's a carry heading left. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end. Being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block. And you're not going to get pushed inside. Stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
On third down. He'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd down and 8.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And got his man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 60 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
They'll set up a throw.
This one taken in by Olave.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants 16. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Looking to throw. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Saints have taken the lead.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And it's now 17-14.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
He'll look to throw.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and that will bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. But such a costly interception. Nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to...
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful for the yard out. And the Saints are able to stretch out their lead.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 8.
They'll drop to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, they had that one slipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it, and this is back down to a 7-point game. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They go play action here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Again, they run with Neal. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead now up to 14.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here's 2nd and 10.
On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right.
2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw here.
Downfield, and he's got Olave.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Chris Olave,
51 yards.
and the Saints are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead is up to 18 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few complete.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Slide on for the extra point.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if
He's got a man, complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 and the 19. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will start with just over 30 seconds to go in the first half. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown from 19 yards away.
And the Giants get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
He'll look to throw.
He'll complete this one to Watson.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. They'll throw now on the final play. Flushed out right. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Eluding the pressure right.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw here. Flush to his right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's a 2nd and 3 now from the 33.
They'll look to throw. That is taken in by the tight end Finn. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line.
That's good.
They're going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right at the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football, put it on the carpet. And this is picked up by the Saints. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. 29 yards. And the Saints take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points.
The Saints will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you would, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10, just missed that one.
Going up top. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. And since they still have 10 yards to go, they'll just say, let's roll this over to third down and decline it.
Let's just be honest about it. If you can't get them off the field on 3rd and 10, then something's wrong with your defense anyway. No sense in taking that penalty.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw.
There's a short one caught by Johnson. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got this down to the 35.
So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Kenneth Murray
in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
103 yards for him now on the ground as he goes over the century mark here. I'd say he's ready for the playoffs ahead, no doubt.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. He's got it. Touchdown.
Malik Neighbors
with career touchdown number 70.
And the Giants get a bit closer.
The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. They'll look to throw. This is caught. Was he in? Yes. 2 points. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 1.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Christian Watson.
61 yards.
And the
Saints get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And we will not have a return. We'll bring this to the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
2nd and 11. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Third quarter action here, this regular season finale. This will be 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Neighbors. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Going right back to Fant. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era. We're thinking about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out.
And the Saints look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they're going to be backed up to start. A big hit there on the return. Stops him dead in his tracks.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
134 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 37. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Here's a diving catch right side, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. They go play action here on 1st down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
2nd and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. The Giants on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for 2. Now back to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good.
72, Giants 41.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
The pass caught by Olave. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 3. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
3rd down and 13.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now
He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And that is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Giants are going to take over in great field position. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
Back to throw here. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
They'll try to run this one in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Back to throw. Rolling to his right. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for two.
The Giants will line up for the two-point conversion.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for two.
47.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
They came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead here, and now the football for the final moments of the fourth.
Yeah, and it was apparent that they were the better team, right? We figured that out pretty early. But give them a lot of credit for staying with it. They didn't stumble around out there. They didn't create a lot of errors for themselves because they were the superior team. They took care of business and closed them out pretty quickly.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They'll set up a throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off.